Hello YouTube, I'm back again with the Beast Down profile cause I know I talked a lot about Beast Down in the first video that I uploaded, my Chaos deck. And I really love this deck. I let a friend borrow this deck also in the tournament that we played, and he did pretty well with it, and it was his first time even playing GOAT. And I decided to give him deck, and he didn't know how to play it, but he rocked some games with this deck. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna upload this deck. It's actually more favorite of a deck of mine to play than the Chaos Control. Just that I feel like Chaos Control has more, well, this is cheesy, but more control over the tournament. But next tournament that they have that, I will be playing this deck in the tournament. For people that don't know why it's called Beatdown, it's, well, Zoo Beat is because it's like a zoo, and the main goal is to summon big beaters like that and just hit over people. Again, 40 card deck. Again, sorry I didn't take the time to add up the spells and traps and stuff, but it is 40 card like the other deck. Most of my decks will be 40 card decks, if not all. Starting off with the monsters, you got Triple Berserk Gorilla. You have to run 3 of these guys. He's a 2k beat stick, and whenever he switched to face up defense, he gets destroyed. So like Econ is like the only card that I can think of that gets around him. Well, that kills him on the board. Unless if you summon Jinzo or something bigger than attack. Triple Bazoo. And I'm also going to reveal Exarion with it. If you play this deck, I've seen people run Triple Exarion, 2 Bazoo. Yugi Nono, shout him out. Even though he probably doesn't even know who I am. But his video actually ran Triple Exarion and 2 Bazoo. That's his play style preference. My play preference is I like Triple Bazoo. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, the best card in the deck from what I've experienced is Bazoo. Bazoo is the main card that I want to open up with my hand other than Berserk Gorilla. Bazoo is a great card in my opinion. He is the MVP of the deck, much like Chaos Sorcerer and BLS is of theirs. Anyways, you banish 3 cards. He gains 300 for each, and he becomes a 2500 beat stick. He gets over Jinzo, and he gets over Air Knight. The only card that he does not get over is BLS, but there's other outs to this, as you'll fixing to see. But Bazoo is my favorite card in the entire deck. 2 Exarion, again, he's GOAT. For people that's like, it's not GOAT, he is a GOAT. He's a GOAT card. Exarion, again, like the last video, piercing. 18k beat stick and 19 body, so he is really good. He's a must play in every GOAT deck. The Warrior Engine. Yes, this deck actually runs a Warrior Engine for people that do not know what this deck is. These are my warriors that I play. I don't run the little swordsman guy, whatever he is. I don't really care much for that card. But I run the DD War Lady because it outs BLS, it outs Jinzo, it outs Air Knight even though they get the draw. It outs Chaos Sorcerer, it outs pretty much anything that hits it. That's why I like DD War Lady. DD Assailant I actually like more than DD War Lady, surprisingly. It's pretty much a DD War Lady, but once it gets destroyed, I don't know if it'll focus on that. Oh. Okay. For those of you, because I'm bad at reading, and I'm bad at languages, as you can tell. I had a 3rd grade reading level in high school, that's pretty bad. Anyways, Exiled Force. It's also outs things like Jinzo, outs things like BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, Thousand Eyes, I can go on, but you summon it, tribute it off, bye-bye to a chosen card. It's a really good warrior. Also, an fish or an aqua engine if you want to stay true to it, or the water engine, whatever you want to call it. It's not really aqua or fish, but come on now. Well, it is water. What am I even talking about anymore? This is cringy. 2 Abyss Soldier, Tribe, Sinister. Abyss Soldier is good at outing. I'm going to say out a lot in this video, because that's why I love this deck. It counters almost everything and everything. Abyss Soldier, you can ditch the Serpent to the grave and return anything on your opponent's field, a monster. It's really, really, really good. And I love opening up with this and a Bazoo or a Berserk with a Sinister. Tribe, we went over this last video. he's pretty much a Raigeki for your board. And actually this, if I had to pick a second best card in the deck, Abyss Soldier. Abyss Soldier is a beast in this. He's a beast, metaphorically. He's Marshawn Lynch. If you guys like football, he's Marshawn Lynch. Basketball, if you like, or LeBron James for basketball. If you're a basketball fan, shout out to LeBron, shout out to Marshawn. I'm big fans of them too. Breaker. Again, last video. He's normal summon. He's a 19k body. You won't beaters in this deck, and he's a free MST. Before I go on to the spells and traps, monsters that you need to worry about is Tsukiyomi. That's why I say I side a Tsukiyomi in almost every deck that I play for Beast Down. I hate facing Beast Down. It's actually my most hated deck. I would rather play Empty Jar. I would rather face an Empty Jar deck than Beast Down. I hate having to face Beast Down. And the only card that I really have an issue with is Tsukiyomi. So if you can figure out a way to get around Tsukiyomi, you've got to win. No problem. Trinity. Every GOAT deck, run the Trinity. Delinquent Duo, 1,000 life points. Noobs like, why would I pay 1,000? Because you're getting 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. Pot of Greed, draw 2, simple. And then Grace of Charity, draw 3, discard 2, Sinisters or dead cards. MST for a destruction card of the back row. Your power spells. Heavy Storm, destruction of all back row. Definitely try not to set more than 2 cards, I would say. Because heavies, if you set 3, I'm heavying you. Especially when I'm about to go off with a bazoo or something and build him up and swing for game. Snatch Steals, I'm stupid for saying this, but I've thought about taking this card out. Only because I only use it to push for game. And I don't really like giving my opponent life points. Another reason why I did not say this on video, but another reason why I use this card in my Chaos Control deck is to tribute over cards with my Thunder Dragon, not Thousand Dragon. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Premature Burial, pay 8, Monster Reborn. It's another good card. I was gonna side one of these, but I decided I'm running 2. 2 I feel is really good. And it's if you open up with this card in your hand or you brick with all spell and traps, which I tend to do rarely, but it does happen. I normally always brick with this card in my hand, and it's a monster. It's a free warrior type. I normally search DD Assailant with this card, but Exiled Force is another good search for it. With this card, when you see this card, you know you've got an out for something that your opponent controls. 2 is a must run. Since I played it at 1, and now that I've run 2, it's really a must-run card. Double Knock. Knock is good in general because side these out. If your opponent is mirror matching you with Beast Down, side these out. These are really good. Book of Moon. It hurts the mirror match whenever you're fighting the mirror match. Book of Moon is good. What else is this? Well, it's really good for Nobleman. I hate having to do that because it's 2 cards just to get 1 card off my opponent's board, but if you have to, it's good. And it's also good for stopping attacks that your opponent throws at you, or a Jinzo. Skill Drain. Second best trap in the deck. I had to think about it real before I say it. Second best. It's not the best, but it's the second best. Pay 1,000 life points. It's forcing your opponent to literally go back to straight up beat whoever has more attack. That's why I love this card a lot. It's forcing your opponent to play your game. I dare say best trap in GOAT format. I want to run this card in every GOAT deck, but I just can't. I can't fit room. It's easily one of the best traps in GOAT format. If you're playing Beast Down, this is the best trap. This is the best card. You cannot play Beast Down without this. Trap Dust You, it gets a free look at your opponent's hand, and you return any monster like a BLS or something like that that could cause an issue, or a Tsukiyomi. It's also good in the mirror match where you can get rid of their bazoos, their berserks, return them back to the deck, or assailants. And it's also really good with Delinquent Duo, getting an insight on their hand. It's really good with that, seeing what they got. See if you want to pay the 1,000 for the duo and possibly hit a card that your opponent would like. Must. Triple Sack. It's pretty much Mirror Force Buffer 1 monster, and again, outs, BLS, if they swing with it. Like I said last video, standard 4. I run this in every goat deck. It's kind of a must. This gets back bazoos, assailants, not assailants, but abyss soldiers, my bad. This gets back bazoos and abyss soldiers and stuff like that. This pushes for game. Like I say, in my chaos control, in the goat tournament that I played a few days ago, this really wrecked. I won 2 games with it. Mirror Force, cause it's a must in every goat deck. TT, board wipe. On to the side decks. Now that I realize I need to put a Tsukiyomi in my side deck. Yeah, so let me fix this. I forgot that I did not have the Tsuki in there. Okay, it'll still be in its sleeve. My bad for that. I should have been more prepared for this. The Tsukiyomi, not Tsukiyomi, 2 Kaikus. Kaiku is standard in every side deck, and it's a good beater. And it's also really good for chaos control decks, going up against a chaos control deck. Kinetic soldier for a warrior's engine like me. Like I said last video, I run this in every side deck. This is really good. It's the second mouth of Slifer, pretty much. If you know the second mouth effect of Slifer, it's pretty much the second mouth of Slifer. I believe it's the second mouth of Slifer. Blade Knight. It's pretty much says no to flip effects. And also, this card is a warrior, so it's a search out. Ashura. I was maining this, but I took it out. Ashura is good for clearing off goats. Double Scapegoat. Scapegoat's good for stall power. Swords. Again, stall. You gotta stall the game out every now and then. Triple Judgment. I'm sorry for this beat up Judgment. It makes me sad. It's so beat to pieces. But anyways, Triple Judgment. Judgment's really good in this deck. I've seen players that actually have ran 3 Judgments in their main. I do not main Judgment, I side Judgment. 1 Dust, because I don't main the Dust. Royal Command again, stops flip effects. And then for the mirror match, the Tsuki. I totally forgot to put the Tsuki in here, but I'm glad that I looked at this, the Tsuki. If you want, you can run 2 Tsukis, and if you would take out a card, I would recommend taking out a Scapegoat or a Swords, if you would take out a card. Or maybe one of the Judgments. But definitely at least run 1 Tsuki in your side if you do have to play the mirror match. Again, this is one of my favorite decks, if not my favorite deck of GOAT format. And if you want any more videos, let me know. I have windups built, I have injectors, and I'm going to have Dino Rabbit built next week. I also have plenty of more decks, like my Black Wings, which is my tournament deck. I have Chain Burn. Yes, I play Chain Burn. I have Exodia, and I have Teledad and Dragon Rulers. I have Lightsworn. So if you want to see any of them deck profiles, my Lightsworn deck isn't that good, by the way. I'm not done with it. But the rest decks I am done with. If you want to see any of them formats, or not any of them formats, if you want to see any of them decks, let me know. I also play 2012 Windup format, so I definitely want to make videos on them. So if you guys comment down below saying, yes, I want to see them, I will get you them. I promise I will get you them. It's my favorite format to play other than the GOAT format. If you hated the video, dislike it. And if you're already subscribed and you hate my content, please unsubscribe. It's a joke. It's going to be my catchphrase. This is Johnny, or the only big green Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm signing out. I'll see you guys.